Breaking news. Tinubu takes brutal action against NLC over Abuja protests. See what happened to them while protesting. In a dramatic turn of events today, the Nigerian government, led by President Bola Tinubu, has deployed a significant force of soldiers, police personnel, and other security operatives to disperse members of the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) and Trade Union Congress (TUC) at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja. The protests, organized by NLC and TUC members, aimed to enforce a directive to aviation workers, urging them to cease all flights to Owerri, Imo State. This directive comes in response to the reported assault on NLC President Joe Ajaro last week. Ajaro allegedly faced violence at the hands of police personnel believed to be associated with Governor Hope Uzodinma. The NLC issued a statement revealing that Ajaro was not only beaten, but also blindfolded immediately after his arrest, with his personal belongings still unrecovered. Chaos ensued at the protest venue as union members passionately sang and chanted, displaying banners that read, "We stand with oppressed Imo State workers. An injury to one is an injury to all." The atmosphere turned tense as one of the protesters informed Sahara reporters that a forceful dispersal was imminent, with the presence of various security agencies, including the Department of State Service (DSS), Nigerian Police, Nigerian Army, and Civil Defense. The deployment of security force has raised concerns about the government's response to peaceful demonstrations, and the right to assemble. Critics urge that such heavy-handed tactics undermine democratic principles and stiff citizens' voice. This incident follows a recent wave of activism and dissent against perceived injustice, particularly focusing on the treatment of workers in Imo State. The unfolding events at the Abuja airport underscores the increasing tensions between labor unions and the government. This development comes after the National Industrial Court in Owerri issued a fresh interim injunction restraining the organized labor from embarking on any kind of strike in Imo State until further notice. The court warned against the disobedience of its order, saying that it will attract consequences. While the government's action may be seen as an attempt to maintain order and security, questions linger about the broader implications for democratic freedoms and the right to peaceful protest in Nigeria. The international community watches closely as this event unfolds, with implications for the country's image on the global stage, because we are not even talking about this. As the situation continues to develop, both the government and the protesting workers remain steadfast in their positions, setting the stage for a potential showdown that would have lasting repercussions on the political landscape of Nigeria. Meanwhile, the NLC President Joe Ajaro have narrated how he was beaten like a criminal. He said, I was dragged on the floor with hands tied like a criminal. Now, NLC President Joe Ajaro, they talk this one. Joe Ajaro, the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has recounted how he was assaulted thugs in Imo State. According to the Labour leader, after being taken into custody by the police in the capital city of Imo State, Owerri, he was given over to 7 thugs who beat him and dragged him on the floor. Disclosing this at a press conference in Abuja on Friday, he stated that prior to their arrival in the state for last week's demonstration, the NLC sent letters to every security agency. He narrated that workers who arrived at the venue of the protest on that day around 7 a.m. were beaten up by thugs with their phones seized. Upon getting to the venue around 9 a.m., after I got the report of assault on workers, Ajaero disclosed that the police arrested him and handed him over to thugs. He said, "I can't explain the beating I received though. They tied my hands and dragged me on the floor like a common criminal." Ajaero, however, maintained he is not a card carrier member of any political party, as alleged. The union president added that operatives of the Nigerian police force asked him to say his last prayers during the period he was taken into custody. The police said, "I should say my last prayers," he alleged. You can imagine. When I said Nigeria is becoming a lawless country, it's like someone is just talking. This is not funny. No matter how you see this thing, it's not funny. It can be any person. You understand? It can be any person. So those of us who are clapping and shouting, Ajaero is a political, is a politician and all that. The matter itself, the way we talk in Nigeria sometimes, I beg, I don't just know what to say, because this is really troubling. If we continue like this, and the way our politicians and Nigerian police are going, Nigeria will sink if time is not taken. We don't pray for that anyway, but if we continue the way we are going right now, because right now Nigeria is just like no direction. Everywhere scatter scatter. You don't even know the one you will. I don't just understand how we get to this point. Well, I'm dropping it here, guys. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel.